students from the region. I think we don't have enough space for all of them. But if you take the university closer to them, if you check about the Oromo Valley that Ambassador was talking, Dr. Limlimu was talking about, the Turkana sub-region and Eastern Equatoria of South Sudan, these are all areas underserved by the location of their governments and the geographical location. So there shouldn't be a problem to having students there. I think the lady from Gugude, yes, you're asking that question. I think that will be answered. You can check in the universities here where they're getting the bulk of their learners. But you want Kapato to be a university that attracts a child from Kabale, a parent from Bunyoro, a student from California, from Beijing, to say, this is the place I want to go for my education. So you're building a modern university in an area that is beautiful to build in, but also that is offering education at a junction of technological advancement. Number 3 is you're talking about cost implications. This is a university that is located in an area that has been underserved. So there's consideration as to the school fees requirements, the tuition requirements, and the support of the church, the government of Uganda, and other partners will help to make sure that the cost is affordable for the learners who come there. You can pick more information about Kapatu from www.kapatu.ac.ug. That's on the website, and follow Kapatu on social media info@kapatu.ac. You can see that's the website. Those are the social media handles. If you need more information, we can avail those contacts, and I'm available. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you very much for listening to these two gentlemen, and thank the Media Center management for allowing us the opportunity to speak to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Charles. We just request a group photo here at the front with Dr. and Ambassador and Charles.
The media guys? Okay. Now. What is it? Charles. We look beautiful together. Yes. I believe I will get back. Oh, yeah. And law. So you don't come to get your masters there, isn't it? Thank you, guys. You know how they preach in Carabajok? Mata. Oh, you are so shy. Mata. You also say Mata. Like the milk. That they talked about. Yes. Read the Act 2029. Yes. How that is applied. Thank you. Yes. Yes. I don't know how to do that. Thank you for being here.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Members of the press, good morning. Yes. I'm Honorable Gidudu Mafabi Dominic, Minister of State for Elder Affairs, for Minister of Gender, Labor, and Social Development. I'm here on fundamental issues of our older persons in Uganda. I'm on the cabinet decision to enhance access to social protection programs for the older persons, 2025. Members of the press, once more, ladies and gentlemen, number one, I wish to address you today on the progress of implementation of social development programs that target older persons and the decision by government to ensure enhancement, increased access, and sustainability of the programs. One of the programs is the Social Assistance Grant for Empowerment, known in brief as SAGE, a program under which government provides senior citizens a monthly predictable cash transfer to support them access basic needs and live dignified lives. 2. You may recall that in 2010, with the support of development partners, UK Aid, Irish Aid, and UNICEF, government established SAGE. The program was first piloted in 15 districts of Kole, Apache, Amudat, Moroto, Nakapiripirit, Napak, Kiboga, Chankwanzi, Kabiramaid, Katakwi, Chegegwa, Nebi, Zombo, and Yumbe to generate lessons from which government would take a decision to expand the grant as a way of establishing a social protection system for the country. The pilot phase was also meant to build systems to manage social cash transfers and to support the development of the National Social Protection Policy Framework for the country. Lessons from SAGE. 3. The pilot phase registered tremendous success because we were able to establish systems for social protection delivery, generated evidence on the impacts to inform administrative visibility and the long-term sustainability mechanisms. Government also developed the National Social Protection Policy, which was later launched in 2015. 4. Over the years, we have seen the lives of the older persons changing for better, with positive impacts seen through better nutrition outcomes, improved access to health and education, improved savings, investments, and the productivity at community level, which has positively impacted on local and national economies. National coverage for SAG. By June 2019, the program had expanded to 61 districts, reaching over 200,000 beneficiaries. Due to the positive impacts and in response to the demand from citizens across the board, government took a decision to roll out the SAGE nationally. In March 2020, His Excellency the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, launched the national rollout in Mbale to cover all remaining districts, cities, and municipalities. However, the age threshold was set at 80 years and above, with the idea that it would be progressively revised downwards in a few years. 6. Implementation of the national rollout was executed at the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, and this supported beneficiaries to have some income security during the pandemic. The national rollout also increased the number of beneficiaries, and currently 306,759 are benefiting from the monthly shilling 25,000 delivered on a quarterly basis, meaning beneficiaries receive 75,000 shillings every 3 months. The Special Enterprise Grant for Older Persons, known as SEGOP. 7. Government of Uganda has continuously put in place a number of programs aimed at reducing poverty and vulnerability among older persons. In year 2020/2023, the Special Enterprise Grant for Older Persons, SEGOP, was initiated with a 10 billion funding allocation, with the goal of improving the quality of life and the dignity of older persons through provision of financial support and specialized entrepreneurial trainings for income generation. 8. The grant targets older persons aged 60 to 79 years, receiving the support in groups of 5 to 10 people. The SEGOP's initiative has benefited 13,449 beneficiaries, 6,565 men, and 6,884 women across 181 local governments. Other programs supporting older persons in Uganda. 9. As you are aware, Uganda is one of the leading countries in humanitarian assistance programs globally. Beyond the routine emergency refugee operations as per part of the recovery programs, the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, in partnership with the Office of the Prime Minister, OPM, United Nations High Commission for Refugees, UNHCR, with support from Government of Ireland and the UN World Food Programme, WFP, has initiated a social cash transfer program for elderly refugees. 10. The program has replicated the SAGE model and so far operational in Lobule settlement under Koboko district and the Bidibidi settlement under Yumbe district, reaching over 350 beneficiaries. Currently, under this program, verification and enrollment processes are ongoing in Rhino settlement, in Madokolo, and the part of Terego districts to ensure expansion of coverage to reach a total of 700 beneficiaries. 11. Older persons have also been mainstreamed into the parish development model PDM agenda with a dedicated 10% allocation to help them start small businesses. Results show that out of the 1,022,902 beneficiaries of PDM, 3% are older persons. Government decisions to enhance the SAGE and SEGOP. 12. Government takes pride in the strides so far made through the available programs and recognizes the impact created in the lives of beneficiaries. To consolidate the gains so far made and enhance household incomes, government has made a decision to 1. Lower the eligibility age for the SAGE from the current 80 years to 65 years. To lower from 80 years to 65 years, effective next financial year, 2026 to 2027. 2. To actualize this decision, government will provide an additional budget worth Uganda shillings 252 billion 160 million. Uganda shillings 252 billion 160 million to the program in the next financial year 2026/2027. This will be a top-up to the current budget of Uganda shillings 121 billion 200 million, bringing the total budget to 373 billion 360 billion. The current budget is 121 billion 200 billion, bringing the total budget to Uganda shillings 373 billion 360 million, required to reach the 1,048,598 beneficiaries aged 65,000 years and above. This triples the number we are having now. Over the past financial year, the SAGE program incurred accumulated arrears worth Uganda shillings 20 billion 600 million, and the SEGOP had a funding gap of Uganda shillings 500 billion to cover the unfunded groups for frail older persons under the Special Enterprise Grant Initiative. Government has agreed to provide funds to cover the Uganda shillings 20 billion 600 million arrears under the SAGE and the Uganda shillings 5 billion for SEGOP. During this financial year 2025/2026. This money is going to be provided in this current financial year to boost the income security for our older persons. Allow me to take this opportunity to remind and urge all older persons to utilize the opportunity and register for a national ID. Without a national ID, access to social development programs, including SAGE, SEGOP, and other programs will become a challenge because the grants are delivered through a bank account and a national identification number known as NIN is a key requirement for bank account opening. As a ministry, we will continue to exercise our mandate and work out strategies that will promote and sustain livelihoods of vulnerable individuals. Currently, we are working on the strategy to extend social security to the informal sector workers, as well as sensitizing them on the importance of engaging in saving schemes. Government will continue to allocate funds to the implementation of programs, but it's the duty of the beneficiaries to utilize the resources effectively. 16. I also urge our citizens, especially the older persons, to maintain the peace and safety of their respective families. Safety is key to maintain dignity in communities. Economic empowerment must go alongside a peaceful and secure environment. By engaging in government programs, older persons contribute greatly to the implementation of the National Development Plan 4 and Vision 2040, which emphasize social protection, wealth creation, and good governance. I therefore urge you to stay vigilant and remain actively engaged in activities that will increase your income security and contribute to the overall national development for God and my country. And I thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Do we have any questions?
Hello. Good morning, Honorable Minister. My name is Charles Tukuri from the New Vision. We wanted to find out from you what was the motivation behind the lowering of this age, and then secondly, is this sustainable? Because, of course, you talked about the deficit you had in this financial year. With the total payment of 121 million, we still had a deficit. Now the amount has gone to, we are projecting an increase of 252 billion in the next budget. So is this sustainable? Won't we have further deficit? Because if 121 was almost impossible to raise, what about the 252? Thank you.
Regarding what motivated this, we are always working for the elder persons, and that's why I'm there as a Minister of State. But at the same time, we look at inflation, we look at many factors, and we think it's a long time since we enhanced this allowance. So as far as we are concerned, you can't let a money figure remain stagnant. No, it has to progress as the economy improves. As to whether it's sustainable, we have confidence in Uganda and in ourselves, even you. It should be sustainable. The economy is improving, the growth rate is good, the exports are improving. You now know that for coffee we are over $1 billion and so on and so on. And Uganda is a rich country. So as the economy improves, we must also improve social protection to the vulnerables. And we are all confident that it should. And the percentage of young men is much bigger than the old people. So you should be able to work for these people. So it's actually sustainable.
Honorable Minister, my name is Susan Nanyans. I work with Spark TV. Could you please shed more light? When you were starting, you said lowering the eligibility from the age of 8 years to 65, and you mentioned 2026 to 2027. What did you really mean? Does it mean that there will be some amendments after 2027, or this will go, you know?
You see, when we lower the age from 80 to 65, we increase the number. We therefore need more money. But this will be handled in 2026, 2027. It's only the arrears of 20 billion and 5, which is 25.5 billion, that will be accommodated in the current financial year.
So what will happen after 2027? Do we expect some amendments of this 65 years now?
No, we've told you that we shall lower the age from 80 to 65, effective 2026, 2027. And we shall provide the money. We shall add on 200 and I think 52 billion to accommodate this. So it's going as a package. We lower the age, we increase the amount, and we take effectiveness in the financial year 2026, 2027. Is that clear?
Honorable, my name is Dorothy. I work with NTV. There have been concerns about that 25,000 that is given to each elder person, that this money is so little to help them to fulfill their needs. Are you planning to also increase this money, or you're just looking at the age, eligibility age of the elder persons?
No, we are increasing this money from 25,000 to 35,000. And we are also lowering the age from 80 to 65. And that's why the amount is going up. That therefore means in 2026, 2027, every quarter we shall give 105,000 instead of 75,000. And definitely that is quite a big increase.
Honorable, as you're winding up, you talked about national identity cards. Now we know that most elderly people in some hard-to-reach areas face a challenge in accessing registration. So are you also undertaking to carry out a special partnership with NIRA to ensure that you reach out to these people who are in hard-to-reach areas so that they get registered for national IDs? Thank you.
In actual fact, these things will be at parish level. But what we have done, we have requested for a special desk for the older persons, like with people with disability. And when you look at parish level, they should be able to reach there. The older people have their own people, so they will be accompanied to those areas, and we should be able to carry out that exercise.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Now we just request a brief summary of your statement in Uganda.
Eliba sebo ne banyabo lelo tuzze wano nga abagenda ne Labour and Social Development Department ey'abakadde nga twagala okubatuusaako cabinet kyeyasalawo okwongera okulongoosa obuyambi bwe tuwa abantu abakuzeeko. Mu bumpi tubadde tuwa abakadde emitwalo 2.5, abakadde abasuuka mu myaka 80 okugenda waggulu. Naye mu kino kye tuliko nga tutandika mu mwaka ogwa 2026 2027 tugenda kukendeeza emyaka egya eligibility okuva ku myaka 80 tuze ku myaka 65. Ne sente ze tugenda okubawa tugenda okuzongerako okuva ku sente emitwalo 2.5 ku mitwalo 3.5. Kati bw'otwala budget gye tulina kati, budget ey'abakadde bayamba eri bilioni 121, naye kati tugenda kwongerako bilioni 252 okulaba nti tusobola okuweereza enamba ey'abakadde egenda okugaziya kulwokuba kati bwe tunaakendeeza emyaka okuva ku myaka 8 okuza ku myaka gye mbagambye enamba y'abakadde ejja kweyongera nnyo ate bw'otunuulira ne ssente tuza kuzongera okuva ku 2.5 okutuusa ku 3.5 era wali tulina ne puroguramu endala gye tuyita segop eyo y'abakadde ab'emyaka 6 okutuuka emyaka 8 tubadde tubateeka mu bibinja nga abantu 5 okutuuka abantu 10 nga tubawa milioni 5 kati abantu abo tulinayo sente ze tubadde tetunaba kubasasula nga wamu ziri bilioni 5 ezo gavumenti esazeewo nti egenda kuzisasula mu financial year eno tulabe nti abakadde bonna abatanaba kufuna sente ezo bazifuna ate ne zino eza sage waliyo arrears eze bilioni 2 nazo zigenda okusasulibwa mu mwaka guno 2025 okutuusa 2026 kati okutwalira awamu arrears zonna tugenda kuzisasula ne sente zetwongeddeko tugenda kutandika okuzisasula mu mwaka 2026 2027 kitegeeza nti buli myezi 3 omukadde anaaba afuna emitwalo 10.5 nga giva ku mitwalo 7.5 kale awo olaba nti gavumenti ebafuddeko nnyo era abakadde tubasaba babenga sente ezo bazikozesa bulungi okweyamba mu bulamu bwabwe obwa bulijjo nga bw'omanyi si sente meeka z'ofuna naye kiki ky'okola mu sente ezo n'engeri ki gy'ozikwatamu kati ffe ku lwaffe nga gavumenti tunaaba tukoze omulimu ogwaffe kati abakadde nabo baveeyo balabe nti sente ezo bazikozesa bulungi okubawa obulamu obweyagaza awo ndowooza maliririza maze okubategeeza gavumenti kyekoze era ffe tuli basanyufu naddala nze nga minisita okulaba nti ekintu kino kibaddewo nga nkyali minisita era n'abakadde nabo balina okukiraba nti omulimu ngukoze mwebale nnyo mwebalege
Minisita batalina national ID mu Luganda special desk gyoyogeddeko
kati nga bwe bumanyi tugenda kubeera n'enkyuka nyingi tugenda okukendeeza emyaka okuva mu 8 okuza ku myaka 65 era sente zigenda okweyongera n'enamba y'abakadde egenda kweyongera kati tusaba buli mukadde yenna alabe nti alina okwewandiisa kulwokuba awatali ID sente tuzigabira mu banka tojja kufuna sente ezo era awatali kwewandiisa n'ogenda okwewandiisa mu social protection sente ezo temugenda kuzifuna kati tubakubiriza mwena namwe abavubuka abalina abakadde mulabe nti abakadde bamwe bagenda munira okwewandiisa balabe nti beewandiisiza emyaka ate bagende mu sage beewandiise webanga basuuka myaka 65 batandike okufuna emitwalo gyabwe 3.5 buli mwezi ekitegeeza nti buli mwezi 3 bajja kufuna emitwalo 10.5 era ekyo kitegeeza nti abagundi bano aba segop bajja kubanga bava ku myaka 6 okutuuka emyaka 65 kati gwe ow'enkaaga tolowooza nti okyali muto omukisa ogwo mugende mukozese sente ezo muzifune zibayambe. Mwebale nnyo, mwebale gi.
Nekiwaliriza gavumenti okwongeza sente zino n'emyaka ogissa mu Luganda.
Nga bwe mumanyi economy ekyuka. Waliwo omuzungu kyagamba nti inflation elinga cancer erya sente. Kati sente abakadde ze baali bafuna tezikyagula ebintu bye baagulanga edda. Kati naye gavumenti nakyo ekiraba kyova olaba nti bayongeddeko ne bagamba nti mu kifo ky'okufuna sente emitwalo 2.5 tugenda kubawa emitwalo 3.5 balabe nti babalansinga n'enkyukakyuka ya economy. Ate n'ekirala economy yeyongedde okula. Twagala abakadde nabo baganywe mu nkula ya gavumenti balabe nti gavumenti ekula nabo bakula webanga babongeddeko ku sente. Kati abadde afuna emitwalo 2.5 amanye nti kati agenda kufuna emitwalo 3.5. Kati gavumenti yeyongera okula ne sente gyewa abakadde bano ezongerako. Mwebale nnyo, mwebale gi.
Thank you so much, Honorable. We now just request a group photo at the front here.